on the Lunchbox. Take two, approximately. And
Who figured it out is the question.
I don't want to
you
say
or the professor.
I think it was a combination.
Tony
of
said it was blind leading to blind.
minds
It was
and
definitely
everything.
leading the
And,
it was
and
just,
now
it's just mashing buttons until it.
we are back on the Lunchbox again.
Yeah.
I said this was a historic occasion because it's the first Lubie-less Lunchbox. It also might be the last Lubie-less, or maybe he's
Maybe
just
the
fired,
first.
or who knows.
Why don't
We have the professor on the control board today. Ken Jacobson is
I really don't want to
very
take credit for that.
admirably filling in. No, look, this is obviously a sabotage job by Lubie because he
sabotage
wants to think he's indispensable.
Yep.
I'm here with Tony Segreto, Jeff DeForest. We're at 10 Palms at Gulfstream Park. And now I've got one more assignment for you, Professor. Now
Okay.
that we're actually on the air,
We got the food
I
coming
need
too,
you
so
to go
that's a start.
onto your phone. If you have Facebook on your phone.
I don't have Facebook.
Do you have YouTube on your phone?
I have YouTube.
What do you
all
need?
right. Actually, Tony Segreto, we're doing things on the fly today. Jeff DeForest. Oh, well, now we've got food here. We're going to have a contest later.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about the big sports night last night. We're going to talk about the massacre, the bloodbath. That was my most recent blood work because you know me. I love the Mayo Clinic part of the Lunchbox show. And, because I've only eaten at like 35 different restaurants in the last 2 weeks. How are you today? Excellent. Thank you. I'm going to start chugging vodka. All right. So, Tony, if you just go onto your Facebook. And we're gonna just kind of wing it here today, and you guys got to bear with us. This is the part of the fun of live streaming, or whatever you want to call this new age of broadcasting. We're eating, we're drinking, we're futzing around with our gadgets.
We're handicapping.
And we're handicapping. I think I'm gonna just excuse Defo and let him go plunge his guts out because he has a look of utter disgust of like, Tony, you've I'm sure been on the set a lot where there's things maybe go a little bit awry. But
you're completely misunderstanding the situation,
Okay.
Mike Mayo. You're talking about Mike Lubie-Lubitz here, who we love dearly, and you can get used to the voice, and even if you're not, you still you find him somewhat of an engaging character, and he sabotaged virtually every radio show he did for 12 years when he was out for whatever reason.
And he's in Morocco now.
Yes, and it is true. Like you would want somebody to punch up a cut from maybe Mike McDaniel, and when he would go to it, it would be like a Hitler Youth meeting or something that he would punch up. And, you're thinking, how is this possible? He sabotaged every show he's ever been involved in, and I think he did a number on the professor.
Can I tell you, he left me his dog too, and
He left you his dog?
Yes, and I never really believed that dogs are like their masters because my dog is much more chill than I am. I never really got that until I met Lubie's dog. Lubie's dog is so much like Lubie that I expected at any point during this vacation to start looking at me and bitching about Leonard Hamilton and asking where the checks are every 5 seconds.
Does it have a whiny bark?
This dog is so nebbishy and neurotic. I expected to start a relationship with Mia Farrow's underage adopted dog.
All right. Well, thank you, Mike Lubitz, for providing the comedy at the top of the show.
Oh my!
He's not here. He sabotaged us. Yeah.
Okay. Not only
so
we've got all kinds of things going on here.
I got something else in my ear.
Oh, really? What do you hear? The voice. The
Red Hot
Tony
Chili Peppers. It's playing.
So, he's
you're
hearing
in my
the Dodger
ear.
game in Spanish. Yeah.
Tony has voices in his head now.
Jesus.
Oh my!
Yeah.
All right, I found the live video. It wasn't actually loaded up onto the South Florida Live site. I'm now trying to find how to do a copy and paste of that. And this is
I'm hearing you on a 7-second delay.
really. Is that possible? I don't even know what's going on
here.
I think we might have to abort again. Is that still allowed in Florida? Okay. It's not 6 weeks. You're back. Finally, you're there. Okay, we've got people hanging in, our loyal viewers and listeners. Hello, Joanne. Says that we're back. We are playing around with headsets. I am trying to find a way to somehow copy and paste this. I think it's time we should maybe just have some moments of quiet contemplation, eat some lunch, and maybe handicap the opening races here at Gulfstream. And let's see. We are, yeah, we're definitely live. That part's good. But we are not on the South Florida Live page or on Let's Eat yet. Something went wrong. Should I hit the something went wrong button? Is it still on a delay, Tony?
Tony's on a rain delay
Let's
over
see.
there.
Let me get yours.
Yeah. At least he's not hearing the show in Hebrew. I mean, which would be far more of a distraction, I would imagine. Now, we were just talking about different things that have happened in our careers, and it's always always a crapshoot when you're doing live TV.
Hope. Yeah.
I hear this live. It's just in one ear, but it's coming in. Okay. So
Okay.
we're good.
Okay.
Tony's ear is actually in delay. 7 seconds. In case you do any swearing on the show. Yeah. Grab a couple of fries, Tony. It's good. All right, Mike Mayo, you're good. You're good to go. I mean,
not really. Not really. We gotta get the
take a break.
We've gotta take. Well, yeah. Let's see. Yeah, you know what? It's a great time to take our first break. Hit one of those buttons with the commercials, and let's see if we come back on the Lunchbox. Oh, one sponsor note: if anybody's actually
might be one
watching.
of the great opening segments in the history of the show.
Tropical Acres is not good. It's going to be closed for the next
Tropical
5
Acres, couple of days off. Yeah.
Because of a kitchen.
I'm sorry. They're going to be open this weekend.
Okay.
So again, if you want your fix of the $39 Twin Lobster special, you can get it tonight and tomorrow. Then they're going to be taking a little respite, a little hiatus, like we should be doing on the Lunchbox, but they're doing some kitchen renovation. So the plan is that Jack Studiali and crew are going to be off, and the dining room will be closed next Monday through Wednesday, September 11th through the 13th. However, the butcher shop there will be open, so you can stop in and take your, pick up your great steaks, the filet mignons, or they sell great ground sirloin, so you could make burgers at home. The butcher shop will be open next week, all week, but the dining room will be closed Monday through Wednesday, and they'll be back ready to serve you after they do make some upgrades in the kitchen, and that will be starting next Thursday. You want to go into Tropical Acres, 2500 Griffin Road, because they do a fantastic job all the time. The Studiali family, since 1949, it's been open. They do things right. Go in there, 2500 Griffin Road. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you, and we'll be back after these words on the Luby. It's Mayo for Gilbert's 17th Street Grill. You know me. I love family-run places with quality food at fair prices, served with passion and pride. And that's why I love Gilbert's. For more than a decade, Lenore, Beth, and Richie Gilbert have been serving up the best burgers, wings, ribs, salads, and desserts. It's a fast casual spot. Everything prepared fresh to order from an immaculate open kitchen. They're at 1821 Cordova Road in Fort Lauderdale in the Cordova Shops just south of 17th Street. Open every day but Sunday. One of my favorite burgers in South Florida. Big, round, juicy pucks of 100% Angus beef, char grilled to perfection. And don't miss the sweet potato fries on the side. They're legendary. Go to Gilbert's, feast, and be happy. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. When I'm looking for some wicked good food for a wicked good lunch, there's only one place to go. That's Wicked Cheesesteaks in Fort Lauderdale. It's at 4824 North Federal Highway, just south of Commercial Boulevard and across from Holy Cross Hospital. My friend Brian there, he will hook you up with some really tasty treats. They've got cheesesteaks just like the best you can find in Philly, along with lobster rolls, because that's where he's from, Maine originally. And they have wings and pizza and everything you want to have a really good time. Wicked Cheesesteaks, they're open every day but Tuesday. Check them out online, wickedcheesesteaks.com. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. If you're looking for a great place for steaks, seafood, and more, go to Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. It's at 2500 Griffin Road in Dania, just west of I-95 in the airport. They've been there a long time, since 1949. That means they're doing something right. You'll get old school hospitality from the Studiali family, along with great value, tremendous service. Of course, you could also go into the bar for happy hour every day, 4 to 6. The early bird special runs from 4:30 to 5:30, and they have great value all night long. Also, a butcher shop that's open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. except Sunday. The dining room is open every day at 4:30 except Sunday. Go to Tropical Acres. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you.
The following program is sponsored by Tropical Acres Steakhouse.
Hold the Mayo It's time for Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. Find out what's being served with Mike, Defo, and Luby, the only show that covers food, sports, and the proper maintenance of your car. And now, a man who had the distinction of having an entire health clinic named in his honor, Mike Mayo.
I want the flim flam sauce with the awesome fave with shafafa on the side.
Lunchbox. We're back on the Lunchbox, and I hope that we are now broadcasting live on YouTube, along with I think if you go to the South Florida Live page, and also I'm looking at the Let's Eat page. If you click on it, yeah, we're up and loaded. Again, Joe Beja is here. We've got Tony Segreto. Jeff DeForest is going to take a little breather and try to handicap the early double here at Gulfstream because we need some sort of rescue for the day. Joe Beja, welcome to the first Luby-less edition of the Lunchbox. And, our theory here is that that Mike Lubitz absolutely sabotaged the whole thing because he wants to make himself indispensable. But we are up and running, and welcome back to the Lunchbox. How are you this week?
I'm good. Doing great.
So we've got another weekend of racing here. It's the new Sunshine Meet going on.
Yes.
We've got, I guess, the first in a series of our stakes races. What used to be called the Florida Stallion Series, but it's for the top of the crop of the 2-year-olds. The Dr. Fager Stakes is going to be the feature tomorrow, and it's going to be a nice time. So it's a good weekend to come on out, along with the usual Sunday brunch buffet that everybody who's won the contest here on the Lunchbox has been very pleased, including last week's winners who came out. So you guys do a great job. What else is happening? I know you've got another one of your spectacular special events coming up at the end of September, right?
We do. We have the Taste of the Track coming up on September 23rd. It's our next series that we have, and it is the Bourbon and Barbecue edition. So I know last week we mentioned the various barbecue foods that we'll be offering, like everything from ribs and pulled pork, the usual fare that we'll have, of course, with sides like mac and cheese and the baked beans and so forth. And the final list of bourbons, believe it or not, is some good ones here with Nelson's Greenbrier and High West. And
High West is great. That's one of
High
my
West
favorites.
is fabulous.
Yes. Larceny, Widow Jane from Brooklyn,
Ooh,
which I
yeah.
mentioned last week. Jefferson's, including Jefferson's Ocean, believe it or not, which is one of my personal favorites. Amador Whiskey, Woodinville will be here, which is great. That's now owned by Moet Hennessy, but back in the day, it was one of the biggest, one of the best boutique bourbons that are out there now. And then we have Redemption.
Redemption
Whiskey.
Rye has great.
Yes.
Oh, it's Redemption Whiskey. I didn't
The
know.
Rye. We have the Redemption Rye, and
Yep.
Bibb and Tucker is also
Bibb and-
part of the same
This is
family.
like oh my God. I'm
It's a
going to
who's
come
who.
out here early.
It's a who's who.
I
Maker's
am
Mark.
not driving. I'm going to have my daughter drop me off.
Yeah.
I'm going to Uber home.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you've ever seen me around a lot of the brown liquors, Joe, but sometimes.
Well, I mean, it's great because what we do is we do pre-batch cocktails and I'll come next week with the cocktails once we finalize them. And then we pre-batch the normal bourbon, and then the special editions, whether it's the rye or maybe a 10-year or a single cask, we'll have available to sample neat, especially for those that buy the VIP tickets. So while supplies last, we will have $75 for the VIP tickets from 12 till 1, and then from 1 to 4 will be general admission for $50. So those tickets are available on our website at www.gulfstreampark.com.
and
You
again,
can't beat
the
that.
The date is September 23rd.
23rd, which is Saturday. Yep, we'll have a
Saturday.
live DJ entertainment going on for that day as well. So we're excited.
I'm excited about
Yeah,
that. 'Cause
you
I
can't-
I love good bourbon. And
good
rye.
bourbon and a good barbecue.
So,
What barbecue is you gonna have?
oh my God! I mean, I wish I would have brought the menu that I brought last week. If I go all the different items. I mean, we're gonna have some barbecued wings. Obviously, we're gonna have sliced brisket. We will have our ribs. We're also gonna have pulled pork. We'll have some barbecued chicken as well. So
Boy,
we'll
yeah.
cover all the proteins. There'll be some vegan options as well, mostly sides, but there'll be some vegan options as well.
Vegan ribs? Is that
yeah.
like I don't even know what
Vegan
that would
ribs.
be made of.
Yeah,
They have all
not much. It mostly be the sides.
If
but
you're
still.
it'll be
if
the
it's
vegan
vegan, don't eat it.
cornbread. That
Cornbread,
is like
cornbread.
You
Yep.
can have
That's
cornbread
vegan.
too.
We'll have
mac and
cornbread,
cheese
mac
could
and
be
cheese. We'll
vegan
have
if you have vegan cheese.
right. We'll have okra as well.
Okra.
Okra.
That sounds like
Fried?
a nice
Yes.
vegetable.
Oh, Oh,
Yes.
Well, that's going to be a fun time. I am
Yeah.
definitely in for that Saturday. And you guys do a first-class job with all the events here, along with just any day that 10 Palms is open.
Yeah.
We've been, just totally, totally satisfied every time. More than satisfied. Elated is the word. Give me the right word, Tony.
stupendous.
Stupendous. It's stupendous service here at 10 Palms. I'd give 10 Palms a 10 out of 10. I mean, again, the way that Joe Beja, the executive director of hospitality here at Gulfstream, has made the upgrades and always constantly, adding things seasonally. Got the all-day breakfast now, even when it's not the brunch buffet. Last week I had those chicken and waffles. That was mighty tasty.
I'm actually wearing chicken and waffle socks today, actually, if I could see
Chicken and
that.
waffle.
There you
like
go.
that? I told you, my sock collection is next level.
Well, you, my man, are perfectly seasonally and September appropriate, because did you know, I might have mentioned it last week, that September is National Chicken Month.
National
Apparently-
Bourbon Month, too.
Oh, well,
That's why we do the month.
I'll drink to
There
that
we
with
go.
some vodka right now.
There we
but
go.
I do have a little piece of chicken here,
Nice.
and I am actually going to use my fork. So for National Chicken Month, I'll raise a fork full of chicken breast and say, tasty and healthy. And but that brings us to this week's contest.
Yeah, which we haven't even done yet.
No, we've had, obviously a little bit of a stutter start today, but I know Joe always likes to hear about our contest. So here's how it works. You know this, Tony. It's a combination of both restaurant trivia contest and handicapping contest with the races tomorrow. So what we have this week is you got to email the answer to the restaurant trivia questions, along with the horse selection for this week's contest race, which is going to be Saturday's 8th race at Gulfstream, and it's a biggie. It is the $100,000 Dr. Fager Stakes for 2-year-old colts. It's all the budding stars down here that you might see on the Triple Crown Trail next year or the Florida Derby next year. But the $100,000 Dr. Fager Stakes is going to be the 8th race on tomorrow's card at Gulfstream. And it's a field of 10. So you're going to pick a number from 1 through 10. And they're going to be going 6 furlongs on the main track. Post time is scheduled for 4:18 p.m. And what you're going to do is email the answer to the trivia restaurant along with a number from 1 through 10. Email it to MikeMayoEats@gmail.com by what time tomorrow, Joe?
Noon.
Yeah,
There you go.
he's been paying attention.
Yes.
Noon. And if it comes in at 12:02, you are out of luck because I am one. They call me Mean Mike Mayo sometimes. I'm going to just disqualify it.
Who calls you mean, Mike?
My daughter sometimes, my ex-wife, other people who've come.
Those two don't count.
Okay.
Let's eat South Florida every now and then.
Yeah. Well, they just call. Well, all the names they have there. We won't even get into that. All right. Email to MikeMayoEats@gmail.com by noon tomorrow. And here we go. For National Chicken Month, we are going to have a chicken restaurant. All right. This Boca Raton mainstay on Federal Highway has been heaven for fried chicken lovers since 1964. It's the proverbial hole in the wall that locals have been clucking about for decades.
Decades.
Okay, that's clue number 1. We'll go through all 3 now because we'll just get it out of the way. And Ken got this before the show. Ken, the professor, knows his chicken places, and I think it's very good.
I had to get something right today, so it was inevitable to be that.
We've got clue number 2. This eatery's slogan is, "If the Colonel had our recipe, he'd be a general."
I love it, but
That's number 2.
I'm still stumped, but
All
I
right.
love it.
This one is the patented Mike Mayo clue that will open the door to hopefully many of you getting this, okay? It's, again, Boca Raton restaurant, been around since 1964, hole in the wall. And this restaurant was not founded by a famous former Minnesota Vikings quarterback, nor the former star of The Nanny, who's now head of the Screen Actors Guild and leading the strike. But whoever the person was that founded this place, the place still makes mighty tasty chicken, and it's now also available in boneless and spicy sandwich form. So again, this restaurant not founded by a famous former Minnesota Vikings Super Bowl losing quarterback, nor the former star of The Nanny, but whoever created this restaurant, sure made a very tasty chicken recipe that is still being followed to this day. And they now offer all kinds of boneless options, sandwiches, spicy Nashville hot chicken, et cetera, et cetera. Do you have any clue what this restaurant is?
No, but I can get the name from the
Yeah.
losing Vikings quarterback and
Okay.
and the nanny.
And the
but,
nanny.
but other than that,
Well,
no.
that's
I haven't
the
been
door.
Up, I need to go up to Boca more
That's
often,
the
I
door.
guess.
It's a really, I like it. Again, total hole in the wall. Most people
Yeah.
come in and take out. They got a
Yeah.
couple of like high top tables out front and in there. Zero atmosphere, but very, very tasty fried chicken. So there you have it, folks. That's a contest for
Wow.
this week. Email those answers along with the number 1 through 10 for tomorrow's 8th race at Gulfstream, the Dr. Fager. And it's going to be a very nice race. There is a favorite. Again, this is we're talking about budding 2-year-old stars that one is named Dickens. So for those of you kind of this show today, the best of times and the worst of
Worst of
times.
times. I was about to say the same thing.
He's
know?
a 4-1 favorite right now. That is
There you go.
going to be ridden. Well, actually, ridden by Edgar Zayas, who's
wow, there
coming
you
back
go.
down here. He's been up at Kentucky Downs having success. Also, Lasso, for those of you who are fans of soccer and the popular TV show Ted Lasso, there's a horse named, I think, for Ted Lasso. That is a long shot at 15-1. Actually, it looks like the trainer, I don't even know, it's not Junior Alvarado who's a jockey, but there's a Jay Alvarado who's a trainer, and he's got 1, 2, 3 of the 10 horses in tomorrow's Dr. Fager with the favorite Dickens and a couple other live long shots. Eddie Plisa, who is a longtime friend of mine, great trainer down here, he's got one in, Raging Fury. For all you Raging Bull fans, that might be a hunch play. And I don't really see any food angles here. Joe Beja, I don't see any food angles, no wine or food. So you're on your own with the picks. 1 through 10.
I'll probably go Lasso because I believe.
That's
Anyways,
right.
There you go.
I like it. Lasso is listed at 15-1 on the
you
morning
go.
line. So I don't know about you, Tony Segreto, but I always love the baby races. I love the 2-year-olds.
Oh.
It's going to be a fine
Secret
time.
lover.
Oh, wow.
Secret lover.
There's a secret
There you
lover.
go.
All right. That's I like it. All right. All good. And then there's Ben Tornado. I used to think it was Ben Tomato, which I would think that would make it a food angle. Actually, he is the morning line favorite 2-1, the number 10 horse. I think he's coming
There you
in
go.
2 for 2. So
Can we
all right.
can we order up some tornadoes of beef? maybe?
Tornadoes of beef.
I like
There
it.
you go,
Yeah,
huh?
very good. So all right. Well, that's your food angle then.
There
The
you go.
favorite. Tomorrow, the big feature race, the 8th race on the card. It's going to be a fun time.
Secret lover.
Secret lover. All right, Tony, getting a little. I like it. A little frisky there. Nice. All right, Joe. I don't know about you, but I'm ready for the weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, and I forgot to say, you and your daughter had another little adventure last week.
My
Tell us
daughter,
about
my
that.
daughter turned 20 on Tuesday, so we just did the day after Labor Day. So we just took Labor Day weekend. She wanted to do a couple of days at Disney. I wanted to do the Florida State game, so we did the Florida State LSU game at Camping World, which was
Beautiful.
great turnout if you're a Seminoles fan, and jumped to number 4 in the rankings now for
Great night
the
for the Knowles. They shocked a lot of people with that second half.
Yeah, they did.
They
They
thought
really
it was going to be
dominated
a
'em.
close game, and they just steamrolled.
Now they
them.
got to keep it up.
They
Yeah.
really do. Now that
Yeah.
the expectation bar has been raised, but we'll see what Mike Norvell
Yeah.
can do up
But
there.
it was great. I actually did my first time of food and wine or food and beverage rev for Epcot.
Oh, nice.
I
How'd that
actually
turn
did that
out?
for the first time. I liked it. I mean, some people, I paid $100 something to get in, and I still got to pay $6 for this food or $5 for that food, and it can be a little expensive, especially if you're doing the drinking part. Because the cocktails were $12 to $14. I was like, oh, can't there be like a sample size so I can keep going through the day? And I know I sound a little weak in that sense, but I ended up going with the 6-ounce beer, the half a beer for $5, so I can keep going. So my daughter created a montage of me leaving every country with a 6-ounce beer and whatever dish it was. But
and this is why you are the executive director of hospitality, because you think of these things. That
Yeah.
when you're in an event,
Yeah.
you want to do tastings, so you don't
Yeah.
want to have to pay full freight for full size.
And you guys
Yeah.
want to have
Gotta
the
keep
big,
going.
the big
Yeah.
Mamaluk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's
Yeah.
all good.
and they had some fun stuff. I mean, Hawaii had Spam sushi, So I was like, let me throw caution to the wind and try this out. They definitely they needed to. They overdid it on the sauce, which gave it the flavor because there was no flavor from the Spam.
Yeah, I'm not a big Spam fan.
No,
I'm not big on Vegemite. When I was in Australia, that was one of the local delicacies that I did try because I always try that.
Yeah.
But all right, Joe. Well, thanks for stopping by again. It's another a great upcoming event, September 23rd, with the bourbon and barbecue. It's going to be a fantastic time. I'm going to be here. I apologize in advance for any improprieties that might occur. Joe can just put me off on the side. He'll remove me like those protesters at the U.S. Open.
There you go.
And hopefully I will not glue my feet to the floor of the
glue your feet to the
room.
floor.
Nice. I'll do it in less than 49 minutes.
Okay.
He's going to bring the acetate, the torch to just somehow.
Well, actually, the carpeting in Flamingo Room is 4x4 square, so I'm just going to cut the square and
just
take you out with the square.
Throw me in the
Throw
trash.
down a new square, and I'm good.
All good. All right, Joe. Hey, let's take another break. Again, weekend's upcoming. Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market is the place to go for all your needs for this weekend's barbecue, grill, cooking action at home with friends and family. You go in there and you'll get the freshest in fish, seafood, poultry, meats, steaks, sausages. We love Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood, 4191 North State Road 7 in Hollywood, just across from the classic Seminole bingo. Well, it used to be the bingo hole. Now it's the classic casino, they call it. Delaware is the home of freshness, value, service, and selection. Owner Doug Carter and his crew take great care of you. We're looking forward to our next visit later in the month. I think because, late September is actually Oktoberfest time in Germany.
Yep.
I think we're going to have a little Oktoberfest celebration there at Delaware with their whole variety of sausages. Something that, may be easy to overlook there because they have all the great seafood and the lobsters and the Florida lobster. And soon it's going to be stone crab season. And the poultry with turkeys for Thanksgiving, but they have a variety of pork sausage, turkey sausage, chicken sausage, all kinds of sausages. So I will be stuffing my own sausage casing with their great
Let him
selection.
tell you about his doctor.
Yeah, well, we're going to get to that in the next segment. But Delaware is a great place to go. And just tell them that Lunchbox sent you. Go to DelawareChicken.com for the latest weekly specials and daily offerings. DelawareChicken.com, Delaware Chicken and Seafood Market. All right, we'll be back after.
Want great Italian food in a beautiful beachfront setting? Have I got the place for you? Casa Calabria at the Ocean Manor Resort, 4040 Galt Ocean Drive in Fort Lauderdale. Highly rated across all the restaurant review platforms and totally Mike Mayo's Lunchbox approved. Delicious, authentic Southern Italian food in a cozy dining room overlooking the Atlantic. Live music in the lounge, full bar, and a great wine list. Owner Frank Talrico takes great pride in his family recipes from his native Calabria. Fresh fish and seafood, veal, house-made pastas, and marinara sauces smooth as silk. You gotta try the imported meats and cheeses on the antipasto platters, and don't miss that ricotta gnocchi. Fluffy little pillows straight from heaven. Casa Calabria, open for dinner Tuesday through Sunday, closed on Mondays. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. Hey, it's Mike Mayo. When the Brooklyn boy in me wants a good bagel with Nova or some matzo ball soup, homemade knishes, or a great deli pastrami sandwich on rye, you know where I go? Grandpa's Cafe in Dania Beach. It's been around a long time, an institution, but a little over a year ago, a pair of New Yorkers came in, bought it, and refurbished the place. It's beautiful, and they are now serving great breakfast, brunch, lunch. They've got the omelets. They've got eggs Benedict. They've got all kinds of great baked goods like rugelach. Grandpa's is just off Federal Highway on Southwest 1st Street in Dania Beach. It's open 7 days. Go in there, tell them that the Lunchbox sent you. It's Mayo for Gilbert's 17th Street Grill. You know me, I love family-run places with quality food at fair prices served with passion and pride. And that's why I love Gilbert's. For more than a decade, Lenore, Beth, and Richie Gilbert have been serving up the best burgers, wings, ribs, salads, and desserts. It's a fast casual spot. Everything prepared fresh to order from an immaculate open kitchen. They're at 1821 Cordova Road in Fort Lauderdale in the Cordova Shops just south of 17th Street. open every day but Sunday. One of my favorite burgers in South Florida. Big, round, juicy pucks of 100% Angus beef, char grilled to perfection. And don't miss the sweet potato fries on the side. They're legendary. Go to Gilbert's, feast, and be happy. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. When I'm looking for some wicked good food for a wicked good lunch, there's only one place to go. That's Wicked Cheesesteaks in Fort Lauderdale. It's at 4824 North Federal Highway, just south of Commercial Boulevard and across from Holy Cross Hospital. My friend Brian there, he will hook you up with some really tasty treats. They've got cheesesteaks, just like the best you can find in Philly, along with lobster rolls, because that's where he's from, Maine originally. And they have wings and pizza and everything you want to have a really good time. Wicked Cheesesteaks, they're open every day but Tuesday. Check them out online, wickedcheesesteaks.com. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. If you're looking for a great place for steaks, seafood, and more, go to Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. It's at 2500 Griffin Road in Dania, just west of I-95 and the airport. They've been there a long time, since 1949. That means they're doing something right. You'll get old school hospitality from the Studiali family, along with great value, tremendous service. Of course, you could also go into the bar for happy hour every day, 4 to 6. The early bird special runs from 4:30 to 5:30, and they have great value all night long. Also, a butcher shop that's open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. except Sunday. The dining room is open every day at 4:30 except Sunday. Go to Tropical Acres. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you.
We're back on a grand and glorious edition of the Lunchbox, the first Lubie-less Lunchbox. And I do miss that voice. I do miss that cackle. And I guess, we're thinking of you, Lubie. Not necessarily positive thoughts today, but we are thinking of you.
Well, we're thinking of you, and we're thinking of you.
Jeff Defo DeForest, welcome back. I've lost track of exactly how long this segment's gone on, when we're going to be ending. Have you scoped out any winners for us? Because I need something to say.
I saw you at the window.
I was at the window. I took a little shot with my usual birthday numbers. 5, 7 to 5 was an overwhelming favorite. He did prevail. The 7. Let me see. Can I get a search warrant issued quickly? Is there a local judge on a personal level here, Tony? Because we can't find this horse anywhere in competition. So after a little bit of a slow start, but it was a very light taste. As the professor was saying about the University of Miami earlier today, light lean towards the University of Miami in the points in this big ball game against Texas A&M.
You want to say goodbye?
This is historic in and of itself. Mayo with a salad. After I did want to bring this up. I don't know if you really got it on while we were broadcasting, because kind of got chopped up here a little bit with the production. But this list is a little alarming of the places that you've eaten recently. Have you posted that on Let's Eat South Florida yet?
Not yet. That was going to be a weekend special, but I can.
I think you need to. I think you need to put that up for comments.
Is it really 35?
No, it's about.
But you should see it. I mean, it's a substantial list of.
No, look, I said before the show, I am deeply impressed with the variety of Mike Mayo's palate, because he will go from, burgers at the Greasiest Spoon to fancy French dining.
My range is pretty wide.
Pizza,
He's Bourdain, Jewish Anthony Bourdain.
As they say at the poker table. He has a very wide range. I'm capable of playing
but
any
here's
two
the thing.
cards,
I mean, this
just
list,
like you're capable of playing any race at any racetrack in America. I'm capable of eating anything that's placed in front of me. All right, I have this
but
list.
nobody keeps a see. I mean, it's like keeping a list. Maybe the professor does this because he's more of a professional about money management. But do I want to see a list of my gambling losses? No.
Your accountant might want to.
No, my accountant could care less.
You got to keep them. If you cash a tax
this is
ticket,
considered part of our vocation here. With the Gambling Gourmet, you have Degenerate Friday. I think we can claim gambling losses, even not against wins.
Yeah.
I think it's straight up business expense.
Good, and I'm clear this year. I'll go ahead and file by the 15th.
And all these
after
racing
Clemson
forms,
and Duke,
he's clear.
The
also,
IRS is going to owe me money.
all these racing forms are $12 each. You know that, Defo. So that's another
I'm not
expense
going to say I'll
claim.
be like the Supreme Court Justice Thomas. I'll just say that this was part of the gift for coming out here today and being on the Lunchbox with Mike Mayo.
All right, I will give you a partial list, and I know our timing is all messed up today. It's a little bit after 1 o'clock, but we've had some fits and starts. But all right, I keep restaurant diaries. When I was the critic for the Sun Sentinel, I would always make a note of every restaurant I ate at
This thing
everywhere
is
in South
it's
Florida and
worse than
beyond.
a Trump text. I mean, it really is.
I think it was in the year 2019. I ate at like 350 different restaurants. It was almost a restaurant a day because some days you have 2 or 3 and some days you stay home.
Yeah. With that, I'm going to grab some of these fries from the
Go
side
for
here.
it. All right. Well, here's just a partial list of where I ate from August 23rd through Thursday, yesterday.
I like he says
September
partial
7th.
list.
So that's essentially, what, about 17 days.
17,
A
it's
little over 2 weeks.
It's
Yeah,
like
exactly.
15 days, I think. Sonny's Famous Steak Hoagies in Hollywood, which I'll have some news later on.
And what do you have there? I mean, like, did you hold back or?
Not just the basic a cheesesteak with sauce, and he does provolone
Aren't those,
sauce and onions.
Aren't the sandwiches the size of like a soccer goal? I mean, they're
No,
huge.
no. Sonny's is again. He bakes his own bread there, and John, who's taken over his father. All right, let me rattle off this list. Otherwise, we're never going to get out of here. Sonny's Famous Steak Hoagies, Hollywood, Heritage Restaurant with the great Reno Sorbonne in Fort Lauderdale, Antonio's Pizza in Dania, Gallagher's Steakhouse in Boca.
How's that?
I'll give full comments on that later. Let's just say.
You're blaming Dick Steen for something.
There's a reason why I never went to the Gallagher's in New York, and I was reminded of
really?
that
Wow.
reason when I hit, which is very trendy. I mean, it's the place to be now in Boca. Those people who like to, be seen, see and be seen, are all very, very beautiful room, very good polished service, great bartenders, but I would call it. High-priced mediocrity. So that's Grandpa's in Dania, where
There
we
you
had
go,
a great
Gallagher's.
show.
I mean, you may as well pull up stakes.
Grandpa's
was laying out the hammer.
Grandpa's in Dania. We had our great show there the other day, and
every Saturday morning.
oh yeah, their bagels. We had Stacy Ritter from Visit Lauderdale. She's the CEO and president of Visit Lauderdale, which of course is like the Convention and Visitors Bureau. She raved about their bagels. She joined us, and Mark Freed, who couldn't make it to the show that day, caught the episode, was so pleased about everything that she had to say. So that was a success. And that's a good time to remind everybody, again, with the Jewish holidays, it's a week from tonight that Rosh Hashanah starts. And you can get all your catering for the Jewish holidays, bagels for breaking the fast of Yom Kippur later this month, and your big celebration for Rosh Hashanah next Friday and Saturday night at Grandpa's there in Dania Beach. Just go online to Eat at Grandpa's is their new website. What else? Oh, I can go on forever. Hong's Barbecue, Emac and Bolio's Ice Cream Shop, new in Pembroke Pines, Boatyard in Fort Lauderdale, Anthony's Runway 84 in Fort Lauderdale, where I took my daughter and had that great swordfish that me and you both love, Tony.
That's all I order there.
Tasta Gelato in Hollywood, NYY Steak in Coconut Creek. How was that, Defo?
That was outstanding.
That
There's
was
no question.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
That long bone ribeye. That
Real
great.
class place too. I mean, the people there were fantastic. Everything about it was first class.
And of course, we're going to be having the Mike Mayo Lunchbox with Defo poker tournament this Tuesday night, September 12th. Tony regrettably can't make it as one of our celebrity bounties.
Tony be a very deceptive player there.
It's going to be a great time. Defoe's going to be there. We're going to have some luminaries from the local culinary world. Is going to be there. Josie Malev from Bubbles and Pearls. She's a poker player. She's
nice.
going to come out. I think Brad and Dave both maybe from Even Keel are going to come out.
Tell them to bring some of that swordfish.
Trying to get Pat Utter from Shenanigans to come out.
He's a gambling maniac.
Chris Perkins doesn't know a thing about poker. Perkins is the Dolphins columnist for the Sun Sentinel. He's afraid of messing everything up. He doesn't know anything.
People will help you because they want to take your chips. So they'll at least guide you through the stupidity. Like if you don't know what the ante is or the big blind and all that.
More
stuff.
than just the chips, because Perkins is going to be one of our bounty players, like you and me. It makes it worth the price of admission alone. The entry fee for the tournament is $130. With that, you get a $25 food voucher at any restaurant at Coconut Creek Casino, good all month. You could apply it towards something at NYY Steak. You could use it at their First Street Deli, which is their New York Jewish deli. They got an Italian restaurant. That's good all month. So right there, 25 off the 130. So you're almost at $100. Every table is going to have one of those bounty players who, if you knock them out, you get a $250 gift certificate to NYY Steak. And
That's
that's
enough
one
for
of the
2 of these steaks that we had where, I mean, you could feed 10 people off each one, and it was so delicious.
you can get one of those
Wow.
long bone ribeyes.
Oh,
You can
man.
get the lobster mac and cheese. You can get a little bit of like some oysters or the crab appetizer, and a nice glass of wine with that $2.50. I mean, you could definitely have a great meal for two at NYY Steak.
Get
for
the bacon appetizer with
Oh,
your
yeah,
25.
20
and
bucks.
You can
hanging
thank me afterwards.
on the clothesline with dripping into the
You should have seen
cornbread
Mayo dig
skillet.
into this stuff. It was incredible.
I've
Yeah,
been
once
there,
he got off the
honestly.
show.
It's
yeah.
a great restaurant.
The carpaccio. Honestly, it's one of those places. Obviously, get the steak.
Yeah.
But just the appetizers, you can make a
Unbelievable, yeah,
fantastic
yeah.
meal.
Chef was
Do
great,
like a
too.
tapas.
Chef was terrific.
Again, one
It
out
was
of
funny,
every
too. You had a spoon at first, and you were like lightly dishing the stuff out, the cornbread with the dripping bacon stuff
I
on
do
it.
have a question.
Then he had
Go
a
ahead.
spade.
Luby went with you?
Luby was there,
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
boxed up everything.
He
I was
boxed
saying, how
everything.
many lobster bisques did he take to go? Because
We
I
have
think
the
like
seafood
5.
tower, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Took the whole tower.
I went away for 5 minutes because I had to take care of some business with Kelly, the poker room director. And when I left, the seafood tower was complete with all the lobster tails and the crab meat and the shrimp.
Gone.
He carried it out of there like you won the Stanley Cup. It was unbelievable. I mean, I'd never seen anything like it. With a little lobster claw sticking out of the cup.
But Tuesday night, it's going to be great. Again, no advance sales. You just walk up to the poker room anytime before 6
That's a
o'clock
good
starting
deal.
time.
It's a great deal.
$130, $10,000 guaranteed
Come on out, people.
prize pool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We want to stock.
Knock out
We
Mayo.
want to fill the joint, knock me out, take your best shot.
Knock
at me.
him out.
Not going to be too hard. My poker right now is atrocious. I have the worst luck in the world and pretty mediocre skills now too. So it's going to be fun. At 1 out of every 9 seats, every table is going to have one of those $250 gift certificates in play, along with at least a $10,000 prize pool. And again, you're going to get there by 6. You could buy in actually till about 9 o'clock or
Well run
9.
poker room too. I
Yeah.
mean, even though I know
Kelly-
nothing about the game, it was well run. You could tell.
They do a great job. All right, so that
Yeah.
was. I'm not even halfway through the list yet. Okay,
All
of
right,
course
yeah,
we have-
maybe save some for
No.
for
I'm
Monday's show.
we got to give a little bonus time. I know you got other tracks to bet.
You
There's
know,
no more
Tony's got
Saratoga.
commitments. Yeah, Tony has commitments.
You got another couple minutes, right?
Go.
Okay, well, let me rattle it off.
Yeah.
Obviously, 10 Palms at Gulfstream, where we're every Friday. Patio Pizza in Fort Lauderdale, good place up in that trendy Flagler Village. Canyon in Fort Lauderdale, where I had this tremendous risotto dish that used both pork belly bits and scallops. And you don't usually think of a pork and scallop combination, but it worked. Even Keel, our friends at Even Keel Fish Shack. Siam Rice, a Thai restaurant in Hollywood. Evelyn's at the Four Seasons Hotel in Fort Lauderdale, my current favorite restaurant in Broward County that they did a collaboration dinner with Reno from Heritage. That was a tremendous time. Gilbert's at Fort Lauderdale, where we wish the best to Lenore in her recovery, and hopefully we'll see her at the end of the month, and where I gave some constructive criticism to Beth with her cheesecake. Talia's Tuscan Table, where we had a wonderful chat and dinner with Dusty May, the FAU basketball coach. Tom's Louisiana Kitchen, our man Tom T. I don't know if you're out there, but he's going to be up at Nobo Brewing in Boynton. Want to get up there soon. Park East Pub, where we celebrated the great Bonnie's 80th birthday. That was a great celebration. Vivace in Plantation. 545 Banh Mi Cafe in Davie. Mundi's in Dania. Pizza Spot in Fort Lauderdale, Delaware Chicken and Seafood, where we had our Lobster Fest, and Casa Calabria in Fort Lauderdale. And can you believe this? In the middle of this, I went for my blood work, Defo. And could you imagine that my cholesterol was high and my blood sugar was a little bit askew?
Seems a little out of line. I mean,
can you imagine that after eating all that it was a bloodbath?
that's in a 15-day span.
What was that place in Davie?
The one in Davie, Vivace. No, Plantation was Vivace. Oh, Davie was the that Vietnamese cafe that makes banh mi sandwiches, and it's in that same shopping plaza that used to be known as Food Town. They have all these Asian restaurants there. Really good stuff. A little bit more on the exotic side. I don't know if Defo would necessarily enjoy it, but good stuff. And that's just a snapshot. How am I not 300 pounds?
Well, you're working on it, though.
How am I not alive? I mean,
forget the 300 pounds. How many places are you on the arm here with? Because did you buy Amazon at like $5 in 2004 when they were selling books?
I got those
Like-
flood insurance checks just came through.
There we go. Praying for another storm.
Yeah, Lee, thank goodness, is going up. But it's the Mayo household. We're always ready and prepared for the next storm. All right, Defo, we're going to get out of here.
Bye.
We're done.
Bye.
Defo has nothing else.
Bye.
All right. Thanks to Ken, the professor, for filling in.
Good job, Ken.
No
on the
thanks to
recovery.
Luby. He didn't even respond to any of our SOS texts. We'll be back Monday with another show from home, and hopefully we'll see what that brings. Jeff Defo Tavares, have a great weekend.
Bye.
Tony, always good to see you.
It was a pleasure to see you, too.
And I'm Mike Mayo. Enjoy every salad and enjoy every sandwich.
Beach Cafe. It's a South Florida landmark, and it's one happy restaurant right on the water. Tables literally on the beach. A place where you could dip your toes in the sand, kick back, relax with island vibes, tropical drinks, and live music daily. You know it. It's at One Commercial Boulevard in Lauderdale by the Sea. And of course, it has Chef Chris Nealon and his famed Caribbean Floridian cuisine. With a huge menu with something for everyone. Seafood, raw bar, conch fritters, burgers, sandwiches, salads, deli specials, and of course, that famous Bimini bread. They've got a great staff that'll take great care of you. There's something to celebrate every day. Open 7 days until late. Parking available on site. Happy hour weekdays 4 to 7 p.m. Go check out more at ArubaBeachCafe.com. Better yet, go in there yourself at Aruba Beach Cafe. Good food, drinks, friends, and laughter are always the catch of the day. When people come to me and say, Mike, where should I go out to eat? I got guests coming from out of town. Where should we go? Cafe Seville. That's the answer. 2768 East Oakland Park Boulevard. It's a Fort Lauderdale perennial, serving the finest in Spanish and continental cuisine in a cozy, friendly, comfortable setting. Joey Esposito and Sally, his better half, they've been running the place for a long time. It's been open since the 1980s. They got great Spanish classics like paella, shrimp with garlic sauce, and all kinds of great seafood dishes. The stuffed veal chop, oh, that's my favorite. Go to Cafe Seville. It's open every day but Sunday at 5 p.m. for dinner. Tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. Do you like burgers? Do you like wings? Do you like late night food and sports on big screen TVs and cold beer and friendly vibe and great people? Then you want to check out Shenanigans, 1300 South Federal Highway in Dania Beach. Go to Shenanigans, you get yourself all the good stuff, the fresh fish every day, the black and grilled wings, and of course, the kitchens are open late. Go there, tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you.